In this video, we'll get a lot of practice with dimensions. We'll use them to verify the location of all of our walls, doors, and windows. The most important thing you'll do on a floor plan is add dimensions. It's critical to make sure they're accurate and going to the right spot. I'll activate the tool by typing D. I could also go to the Annotate tab and find the Align Dimension tool. With the Dimension tool activated, I can use a set of standards that will help me dimension my building. The first is Overall Building Dimension, your most exterior dimension string. The second string I add to every side is going to be all of my exterior walls. The last string that we'll add to every side of our building is going to be for openings, doors, and windows. For this, I'll make sure to include my exterior walls like the previous string, but also the center line of doors and windows. I'll click off to the side to complete my string once I'm done. Now I have 3 strings to the outside of my building. From here, I can use my dimension strings to make sure that my design is correct. In order to do that, I click each of the windows and double check my dimension. I'll click the text and change the value. Again, I'll click the window first and then change the value. For our interior doors, I'm going to stick with a typical dimension, in this case 4 inches from the closest corner. I'll activate my dimension tool, DI. I'll grab the wall as well as my door. From here, I can change the door location to where it needs to be to 4 inches. I'll drag that off to the side because it's a little cramped. I'll also click it so I can add a bit of text below, in this case TYP. I'll say OK. And notice my text appears on my dimension. I don't need to add a dimension for all the other doors because of that typical note, but I do need to make sure that my model is accurate to match. I'll use my temporary dimensions this time so that I don't have anything show up on my floor plan, but I know that if someone were to measure this with a scale, it will still show up as 4 inches. Because I added those dimension strings in a bit of a quick manner, I want to go and double check to make sure I got everything right. I found one spot where I didn't quite get it right. I'll need to click on the grip closest to the number and adjust that to the outside of the core as I intended. I can then go through and make sure my window dimensions are right. I'll repeat that all for the second floor. I'll type WT so I can see both of my floor plans and ZA to zoom all. I should now have dimensions for all doors and windows, as well as my interior doors matching that typical 4 inches. As a reminder, in this video, we really use the power of dimensions in order to verify our design. We use the standard of 3 exterior dimension strings. The first for our overall building dimensions, the second for any exterior walls, and the third for all openings like doors and windows. We also added text to a dimension. I hope this helps.